Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in. We're continuing our series on OKRs, or Objectives and Key Results. In today's video, we're going to be answering two questions that frequently come up. The first is, how does OKRs, how do they relate to metrics that we're already tracking? In particular, we're going to talk the similarities and differences between OKRs and KPIs, or Key Performance Indicators. The second question, again, that often comes up is, how do I get into this and kind of test the waters, get in a way that doesn't involve jumping in with both feet so we can learn as we go? Let's get started.
What is the difference between a key result and a KPI?
Okay. So the the key result and the KPIs are almost the same thing. So KPI is identifying a key performance indicator. If you're not familiar with that, in three letters, abbreviation, that's what it's called. If you're not familiar with it, key performance indicators. And companies that use KPIs are asking themselves, what are the kind of things that we need to be tracking and doing well on? That if we're doing well on those things, then we're likely succeeding as a company. Okay. So conversion rates might be one. Listeners, subscribers to your radio station might be a key performance indicator. What that doesn't have, though, is the sense of forward momentum. So in service of what, right? We want, so if let's say subscribers is something that we go, increasing subscriber counts. What's one from yours? Let's see if we can play with it. Do you know one of your KPIs?
Yeah, one of the things that we look at is average quarter hour. How many people are listening for how many quarter hours?
Okay. Okay.
That's one of the ways we measure in radio.
Okay. All right. And so what is it? Why do you measure that, and what would you want to accomplish? Like, okay, so if you're getting more people who are on the quarter hour, what is that telling you about your business? Are you creating more engaging programming? See, that might be, as you look at, as you sit back, or you and your leadership team, you're going, okay, how do we grow? How do we succeed in this environment? All right. And we know that some of it is reaching out and engaging current folks so that they listen more. And we've got to have probably a different strategy to find new listeners. Okay. So underneath that strategy of how we engage current ones, you might say, okay, so the objective for this quarter, create more exciting content for the 6 to 8 o'clock segment.
Yeah.
One of the key results you might measure is subscriber count or quarter hour goes from X to Y over the course of this time. Now that gives you...
KPI would just be that measurement, one of those measurements.
Right. But now you have something, though, that is you're focusing. Now that, yes, you're going to keep track of that, but now we know what we're driving towards that will bring in other efforts and better thinking. Whereas if you just say, hey, we're tracking this, well, that means, okay, so how are we doing? Well, we're up, we're down, we're the same. Okay.
Okay, so one way to look at it might be, you've got your objective, and then you've got your key results, and each key result should have a KPI in there.
Likely. There's and again, in full disclosure, I am learning OKRs as well too. That seems to be the tie, that they're not really conflicting. In fact, they
Yeah.
can play quite well together, right? So I think there's options in how this goes because so I went back and I just pulled a picture of some flip charts that were from a different group that I worked with. I said I've introduced two clients. This is one of them, and with one of the clients, they've had no, they haven't had any goal setting at all. So we're just saying, hey, you know what? Let's just step in. Let's embrace this. We'll learn as we go. We're going to do it for the whole company. Okay. And our first objective was, we don't know enough about OKRs. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just start right where we are. Everybody's going to read the book. That's our first key result before we meet next time. Okay. With the other company, I encouraged them. Actually, they were kind of chomping at the bit, like, hey, well, maybe, but then they've got so much going on. This was the company that I did the video about, hey, here's the goal setting that we created for them. Okay. Well, they're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
They've never had, they also have never had a goal setting system, but now they're feeling good about what they created. And people are starting to use that. And so what I've encouraged them is, hey, wait a second. We're not going to upset anything. People are going to continue to learn and grow with the goals that we set, which again, because my wiring is already towards, hey, let's make sure we can measure that and let's keep it front and center. It's not too different than OKR. So I'm encouraging them, don't do that. But we have one project. We have a leadership development project that this executive team, let's just use OKRs just on this one project so we can start getting comfortable about what a good objective might look like and what are key results and how do they play together and what does that mean we're supposed to do with it. So here's what I asked them, and I'm going to see if I can walk you through. So I said, okay, so guys, so what is it we're trying to do? We're trying to create stronger leaders at the next level. What's the big kahuna? Okay, all right. Well, what are the pieces that might be involved with that? They want to complete some leadership training. They want to create an engagement survey. They need to do stay interviews, establish behavioral standards, performance standards, 360 feedback. Okay, so these are all the different components that might be part of this process. But as we talked about it more and more, we realized, wow, yeah, all of these make sense, but we actually don't really know where we'd say our leaders are right now. And when you get that kind of insight, like, oh, wow, that's important, that's our first objective. Our first objective is get a good sense of how our current leadership is doing. And then the key results under that are I just created and sent out to them for review a quick little survey that we're going to circulate where people will be grading their leaders on a particular set of competencies, but trying to make them real short and sweet and tied to their culture. Then the executive team, the second one is they're going to reassess, and all of this is going to happen within the next month. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Hope you got a lot out of it. We'll be continuing on with some more OKR videos that I'm going to drop towards week's end. And by the way, if you're in the Tulsa area, in fact, even if you're in Oklahoma City, it's going to be worth the drive. Join me on August 29th for the TARA, Tulsa Area Human Resources Association, their learning lab. I'm teaching it this month, and we're talking about OKRs. How do you develop them? My objective for the session is to strengthen your company's planning process. We're going to do that with 3 key results. I'm going to involve everyone in a highly interactive session. We're going to create sample OKRs in teams as part of this work so you get a real feel about how to make that happen. And we'll elicit your plans for OKR use in the future. Please join us. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks so much, and until next time, be well.